Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, other times of day that they have in some sort of fancy pants part of the world where you wear knickerbockers and bloody shoes with buckles. Welcome on those times as well. I'm your host, Red Thunder, Adam Gerard, and joining me this week in this roundtable discussion on all things DC, crime, and going outside the realm of the Cape Crusader are my comrades in crime. The Honey Badger Terrier, Neil.
G'day, guys.
The Dad Knight, Braden Ahern.
Do you like pink?
And the Pro, Matt Richards.
Braden loves pink eye.
Hey, he's not...
Not as much as Ray.
Spoilers for like 5 films' time, jeez. And how are we this week, gentlemen?
Yeah,
All right.
Good.
Struggling.
Craptastic.
Struggling.
It's all right. Adam's struggling too because he can't work out who the Arkham Knight is.
No, it's not that I can't work out who he is.
He
It's
just
the
can't
fact
drive
that
the
they rely on
Batmobile.
this fucking Batmobile that just 360s on when it's like, just go up the wall a little bit. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Just give it a little tap in. I'm like, I'm
Give it a
tapping
little
it. And it's like,
tap.
fucking suck a dick. It hits a zip tie and it can't fucking roll. Shithouse Batmobile. Lucius Fox is letting the fucking team down. That game relies too much
You
on
got nips
Batmobile.
already, Adam.
What's that?
You got some nips already.
Yeah, nips with Arkham
Oh,
Knight.
we're not up to Arkham Knight yet. When we review Arkham Knight, my nips will come off my fucking chest, mate. In the meantime, it's a very special week this week. Start something new. Something a bit more exciting. And that is that we are going into the first week of This Week on TV Retro. Isn't that nice and exciting, boys?
Get me some Wesley Shipp.
Well, let's kick it off with the intro package.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
You're ready to move out.
Stay away from me.
Look, we don't want to hurt you. We just want you to come with us.
No! Locked up again. I'm not an experiment. I'm a human being.
Don't encourage her. She's got a head as big as the Metrodome as it is. Oh, well, what do you expect? Garlands thrown at your feet? Well, I'd like a 145-foot triple-masted schooner with a teak interior, but hey, Lois. Time's up. What's everybody standing around for? It's a newspaper. Not happy hour at Buckingham Palace. Jimmy, never underestimate the need for a good obituary. Oh, great shades of Elvis. What are we here, the Daily Planet?
And that was the intro package. Now, we're going to start these things off in a bit of chronological order.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. And we're going to go
You know what?
over and start it with 1966, travelling all the way back in time, back to just when they just put colour on the TV.
Really?
Just put it in there.
Really, hues of blue and grey was the best I could do?
Here's some red, you fuck. And some green. Eat a dick. Anyway, 1966 was the year. Adam West and Burt Ward were riding high on a tail of pussy thanks to this show. And let's throw it over now to the Dad Knight to tell us all about it.
Episode 1, Hi Diddle Riddle. The Riddler leaves a clue at Moldavin reception at the Gotham City World's Fair. Batman and Robin are summoned and are on the villain's trail, but he tricks them. The heroes think he's committing a robbery with a handgun. In reality, the gun is a cigarette lighter, the answer to one of the Riddler's riddles. Now the villain is suing Batman, where he will be, I love this show, where he will be forced to reveal his true identity in court. The heroes, still convinced the Riddler is planning a major crime, travel to a disco. There, Batman is drugged by Molly, one of the Riddler's confederates. While Robin is kidnapped, Robin appears to be in great danger as the episode ends. And we will be reviewing episode 2 as well.
Oh, yes, we
Episode
will.
2.
Same bat time,
Yes.
same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Here it is. Smack in the middle, episode 2. the Riddler fashions a mold of the face of the unconscious Robin. He contacts Batman with 2 more riddles. The Riddler tells Batman if he can solve the riddles, he'll know where Robin is. At the same time, Molly dons a Robin costume and a mask. Her task is to trick Batman into taking her to the Batcave. She succeeds, but Batman has seen her disguise. But not for the reason most male viewers would guess. Trying to flee...
Easy now, chum.
Trying to flee Batman, she panics and falls into the Batcave's atomic reactor.
That poor
Because she wouldn't
foolish
allow
girl.
Batman to save her. That
If
poor
only she'd
deluded
allowed me to
woman.
save her.
Batman rescues the real Robin, but the Riddler escapes once more. Batman must solve additional riddles to find the villain's target. The Moldavin Pavilion at the World's Fair, where an ancient mammoth with jewels on the outside and priceless postage stamps inside is on display. This show is glorious.
Why do you put stamps inside? And the best thing about it was he makes a Trojan mummy, but still fills it with stamps.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
I'm gonna get this off the bat. When I
was a
kid-
boy.
When I was a boy, I loved this show, like nobody's business. And then I got to be in like my mid-20s. And I started to really hate it because I wanted Batman to be dark and gritty. And now, now I'm a little older, I'm a little wiser, I have hair in a few more places, and I've come to realize this Batman is actually quite a lot of fun. And I like it. I get that it's a comedy now. It's just, I'm watching a comedy starring Batman. And it's awesome. Even down to shit like the fact he throws this batarang up with this like limp-wristed throw, and then he climbs up and the thing's snaking like a snake in the air as he's just like wafting up to the atomic reactor. Oh man, I honestly think, literally, I watched this and I was like, was the budget for this pilot, do you reckon, $50 and a good 20 of it went to cravats?
I reckon. There's a very special part of the second episode where we have Bruce Wayne sitting there in the lounge room, having a memory of Molly, and she appears in the top right-hand corner, and it's just the most cheesy fucking part I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, where Dick's all like, when he's like, can't be happy, and he's like, Molly?
Molly?
You really liked her, huh, Bruce? Yes, Dick, I really wanted to fuck her in the ass, but unfortunately, child, my hero's work is never done when a bitch falls into an atomic reactor. If only she let me save her, she could have sucked my balls.
I do like the batarang that went around the corner and then snaked its way over to Riddler.
Yeah, and then
Then wrapped himself around the Riddler and pushed him into the switchboard. That was phenomenal. That was awesome writing right there.
And I like the fact as well
The
that
logic in
Batman's
this
like...
show is zero.
The what?
There is absolute zero logic in this show. It's
Why do you need
fantastic.
logic?
None.
It's Batman.
Fuck your logic,
Yeah.
I'm Batman. That's my logic.
Well, honestly, I was watching this last night, and the second episode of The Double really pushed the boundaries for me, but I was tired after watching it, because my brain hurt so bad.
See, spoilers, I felt like that with Flash.
Yeah.
Legit, which we'll get into later, but go
Yeah,
on.
absolutely. But, the first episode, the actual pilot was I didn't mind it at all. It was just the follow-up and the tying everything up neatly just hurt
The
a little
one
bit.
thing that I can see,
Hurt my
though,
brain.
is I understand the sexual innuendo when you look at this. It's like, say, Dick, you want to go fishing? Whoa, boy, do I... Yeah, I mean, I'd love to go fishing, Bruce.
Yeah. Who is that woman as well? That's Aunt.
I think I have a theory on that. It's
Oh,
meant
okay.
to be kind of like Dick's aunt, I think, or like
Yeah.
some socialite aunt
Then
of
why the
Bruce's.
fuck isn't
But
she off
I get
living
the
with her?
theory is, I think the theory is meant to be 3 dudes living in a house.
Little gay?
It's a little gay, but if there's an old bitch there, maybe Alfred's up there every night being like, "Well, I'm exceptionally tall. Would you like my balls?"
I think it's a little bit more than gay. It's 2 old men and 1 young man. There's just...
Are you talking about what the girls were talking about last night after we watched this? Is that what you're referring to? He says he fills his mouth with a creamy pasta salad. Talking about gay?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There's someone on your chin, son.
I haven't eaten dinner yet. Fuck you.
I don't understand how you cannot have liked this just as strictly as a comedy. It's the goofiest, dumbest thing I've ever seen. When they're crawling, walking up the side of the building.
No, that's... See, walking up the side of the building is sort of like a classic moment,
My favourite part was, because I obviously went all out, got the Blu-ray, right? They got the top, and I'm fine walking up the side of the building. You expect there to be a wire. Yeah. They get to the ledge, and there's just still this fucking thick, like a good, like, fucking 10 centimetre diameter thick bit of fishing wire. Yeah, just a clear rod. It's a curtain rod, just hanging off the bloody back of their capes, and it's like, come on, fellas.
I like
come on.
It's just the ease of how they're able to do this. Like, just stand on the edge and just, like, cut off a grate holding in a window, then just pass it over to the next guy. So, yeah, it's all good. Then the bat hook comes out, stick that on the wall with the
suction cup.
Yeah, suction cup on masonry, that works. Hangs it there.
All while Riddler's holding a gun to someone. It's like, hang on.
Just because
take your time to do this safely.
Don't work on masonry doesn't mean Batman's won't.
I didn't say his wouldn't.
It's Batman. He probably has some sort of masonry suction. Like an octopus's bloody... tentacle.
That's what it is. It's an octopus tentacle just slapped on there and it's just got a hook on the end of it.
He probably pulled it out of a shark's mouth. He's adept at punching sharks off of him, as we've already seen in a spoiler for the future. He's just in fighting off krakens or something.
Also, I like the bat fire extinguisher that clearly has a label of bat, like the bat symbol on the fire extinguisher that he doesn't use.
With that rollover as well, I think as we're watching it, I understand that's a Rolls Royce. That's cool. That's a very big car, but that car was huge. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Speaking of cars, I do want to make honourable mention to Adam West's amazing drunken acting ability. I'm sorry, I need to get Robin. I'm sorry, I need to get Robin.
Order myself a
Come on, Batman, give us your keys. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I'm pretty sure I missed that part. I'm glad, because I actually sort of walked out for a little bit when Batman started to dance. I'm like, nah, I can't.
The Bat-Tusi.
Oh, the dancing was great.
Yeah. That means you missed the Batmobile setting off its fireworks.
No, I saw that part.
I do like I do like the... No, I think I'll just have a drink quietly. I don't want to draw too much attention. Fucking in a bat fucking ring.
I love the part when they're in Commissioner Gordon's office and they're reading the first riddle, and they're all just like pacing over each other.
Yeah.
And walk through each other's part. But the first riddle turns up and it's like, can any of the like 18s in this room solve it? They're all just like, no, we're shit.
There's only one man to call.
Call Batman.
I wonder if he's home.
And the two of them are just swanning around, like, again, they're just like, hey, go on, just like mincing around, just like, what's the riddle say? Yeah, just none of them are questioning it. They're just like, is this guy in like lycra blue? Yep. Okay.
Yep.
I've come to expect that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fantastic. No. Braden, give me some more of your thoughts. You seem like you have good opinions on this.
I just love it. It's hilarious. I'm trying to think of I was thinking of something just a second ago and I forgot what it was now. No, I've lost it. But the whole thing is just hilarious. I love the whole bloody lot of it. Yeah, I don't know what else to add to it now.
It's kind of like, for me, this show is kind of like a strong scotch. Really, like the aftertaste. The aftertaste is quite refreshing and enjoyable, but when it goes down the hatch, it hurts a little bit. To be honest.
What
do you get? I thoroughly enjoyed this show.
Come on with a better analogy. For you, this was a drunken enema at Charlie's. So, literally, this is like the most horrid thing watching it was horrible, but the aftertaste and memories I have now associated with it are absolutely fine. That's the thing.
Yeah. I think it's sort of... I've got a bit of the Transformers syndrome. I love watching Transformers as a kid, and then I go back and watch that TV series, and I can't fucking stand it.
Dude, it's the pilot episode. Come on.
There's more money coming.
1966 in the pilot episode. This is when they didn't think it would work. Then they realized how great it was, and they sunk some serious money into it. Okay? Because you wouldn't be able to blotch out Cesar Romero's mustache on the fucking $26 budget the pilot has. Might be able to blotch out your mustache, mate, but not a real man's mustache like Cesar Romero. That takes an actual budget, champ. An actual budget.
I'm pretty sure that involved plaster work as well. They got like a plaster in for that as well.
I think they did, and they didn't leave the straws in for imperfection so Batman would notice it.
Exactly.
Watch this shit. Don't listen to Matt. He's an idiot as usual. Watch it. It's amazing.
Oh.
Alright, look. Let's, we'll obviously get the gloves and whatnot at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, Let's throw it over to a little later in the century. Still in the 20th century, towards the back end, 1990's own The Flash.
The Flash, simply called The Pilot. This series' pilot episode features an accident in which Central City Police forensic scientist Barry Allen's crime lab is struck by lightning. Allen's electrified body is flung into and shatters a cabinet full of chemicals, which are both electrified and forced to interact with each other with Barry's physiology when they come into physical contact with his body. He soon discovers, with the help of Star Lab scientist Tina McGee, that the accident has changed his body's metabolism and as a result has gained the ability to move at superhuman speed. To avenge the murder of his brother, motorcycle police officer Jay Allen, Barry demands that Tina modify a red Star Labs prototype deep-sea diving suit designed to withstand tremendous pressures into his costume, to which she reluctantly complies. Thus, Barry Allen becomes the Flash. Set against a backdrop... I need my music for that. Set against a backdrop of a suffering Central City that is being terrorized by an underground motorcycle gang led by Jay's former partner, Nicholas Pike, whose sole intention is to turn the city into chaos and seek revenge on the man who, in his mind, betrayed him. The 1990s genius that was the pilot of The Flash.
This was a turd. An absolute...
It wasn't great.
Afterwards,
It went far too
it
long.
hurt my fucking head.
It went far too long. I'll agree with you, Braden, on that one. It went way too long.
Also, did Joel Schumacher consult
Yep.
on the design for this? Because eat some serious dick on fucking everything fluoro. And I love the bombs are just like, oh, fluoro liquid in a fucking, like, a ball from the ball pit. We got one of these from Chuck E. Cheese. We filled it with fluoro liquid. Look out! Look out! They're driving around. They're blowing up burnt out buses. Look out!
I will say there's...
And I like how it was so volatile, yet he can hold two of them and shake them around in his hand and stop cave.
Mm-hmm.
And that fucking
That was
killing a
cool.
guy by strapping him to a bike and the bike doesn't even wobble, just on a straight track.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Because physics. I don't know.
And it I think it actually sounded like it sped up as well,
Yeah.
That's
even
how
though his feet were on the handlebars.
That's how bikes work.
Yep.
Unless engineering has led me wrong.
That-
Unless Zen
that
and
was-
the art of motorcycle maintenance has led me wrong.
There's a couple of things I'll notice about this and our current series of Flash that I liked. The Jay Allen character in this parallels Henry Allen in the new series a lot well with the loving father role, whereas the Henry Allen in this show is a prat.
Oh yeah, I see
Yeah,
that. But
so-
still,
Yeah.
I liked him better when he was
Totally.
Bob's enemy.
Yeah. Yep.
You just as Cajun as me, man.
The similarity between the Felicity smoke scene in the new series where she gets carried to Star Labs in the first crossover episode, no close cuts and
the
Tina
one where-
McGee at the speed trap.
Yeah.
Death in the Family being Jay instead of Nora.
Yeah.
Music by Danny Elfman. How can you go wrong?
Iris being
Yes,
a bitch.
that's right.
Iris being a bitch.
That's a
That's a segue to a later
Massive
segment.
fucking bitch.
That's the funny. Decades go by, but the general standings don't change.
Yeah.
I
You know what was good about this show?
It ended.
John Wesley Shipp. You
Oh.
know what was not good about this show?
What?
Literally every other thing involved with it. Even the black guy, I'm like, man, I don't like you, and I like all black characters.
Because you
all
are
of them.
Because you are black. I know. We understand this. You don't like Julio.
Julio can just
Julio?
fuck right off. mate.
Julio.
Although I will say, I noticed something when the Flash was asking for his costume. He said, "I want gloves, so I don't leave fingerprints."
Yeah.
I'm just going to move my sweet card out of the way so I can say this directly into the microphone. Gloves.
Yeah. No, you're
I
right.
have a
Plural.
counterpoint to that.
I have a counterpoint to
that,
you
sorry,
telling
Adam.
you shut the fuck up. It was in the 90s. We didn't have CSI. And you're going to be like, oh, they didn't wear gloves at the beginning. Because cops didn't in the 90s. Go read a book about the John Bonet case, motherfucker. None of them wore a glove. They didn't even wear booties on their feet. People walked around the 90s just fucking masturbating on crime scenes. And that was the norm. The norm, I tell you.
You finished now? You good? You good? You fucking one loving piece of shit.
I'm always wearing one glove. That's how I don't have kids, mate. It's kept me right so far. If the bitch is questionable, sometimes I wear two. Maybe three. Sometimes up to 4.
So if he's so worried about fingerprints when he's the Flash, why didn't he want to worry about, maybe contaminating the fucking crime scene?
Because they didn't
with
think
his fucking
that way
bare
in the
hands?
90s, bitch. Plus, because in the 90s you expect the crime scene analyst's fingerprints to be there because they didn't wear gloves. Except nowadays you don't, which is why current Barry Allen is a fuck-up.
I don't think he's been on it. Speaking of the current Flash, he's been actually removed from crime scenes, I've noticed. So, we do have a message from a fan just going, I need to give you a cuddle, Adam, apparently.
Yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Neither do I, man. Neither do I. Neither do I.
Look, it felt like they were trying to set this Flash in 1989 Batman, which makes no sense for the Flash to be nighttime and dark and gothic and shit.
Yep.
And then, like, they try to make it all serious, but they still try to make it, like, goofy and, like, it doesn't... It just doesn't
flow.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
as opposed to what we're about to talk about next, which makes sense for the time and the tone.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely agree with Braden on the fact it was too long. I don't think an hour and a half was necessary.
Not for this.
Nah.
Not for
this.
A normal episode length would have been fine.
If they had, like, another metahuman or something like the pilot of our current Flash, would have maybe been a bit better at that length. Mm-hmm. But it was just like a motorcycle gang.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, don't have to get me started on that. What a fucking shit threat. What a shit threat.
Yeah, it's Dark Knight.
Oh, no, that was Mad Max, RoboCop.
RoboCop all the way.
Who else?
Dark Knight Returns, the first one.
Yeah. There's another one that we thought of earlier.
What was it?
BMX Bandits?
BMX Bandits, Stone, the motorcycle movie, the Australian one.
Yeah.
It was rubbish.
Shit threat.
It's a turd.
Yeah.
But
it gets better.
It gets far better. The series gets far better.
And Earl for me.
Earl was great.
Earl's great.
It's a pilot, so I accept there's certain things. I mean, in a pilot, it's going to not be quite as good, obviously. It's
obviously
the worst episode.
Yeah, and like the filming quality as well, because we've seen the season
Trial of the Trickster.
Yeah, we've seen that, and the filming quality is very different. And that goes with 66 Batman as well.
66 Batman gets amazing. Probably around 10 episodes in, I think.
Yeah.
That's when they really catch their stride. But speaking of catching their strides, let's move on to the next one. Over to you, Matt, with a review of Lois and Clark.
Alright. Clark arrives in Metropolis and goes to Daily Planet for a job interview. Perry dismisses him because he has no experience, but when Clark comes back with the story about a theatre being torn down that Lois rejected, Perry hires him. In the meantime, Lois wants to uncover a possible conspiracy behind a spaceship launch that might blow up, and Perry gives her the story only if she teams up with Clark. Lois does not want to, but not having a choice, she accepts as long as she is on top. The two of them try to talk to Dr. Samuel Platt, but before they gather the information, Platt is murdered, and the murderer makes it look like a suicide. Lois and Clark also try to reach Dr. Antoinette Baines, which she claims that Dr. Platt, is not to be trusted. There is nothing wrong with the spaceship. It is revealed that Dr. Baines works with Luthor, and they wanted to sabotage the launch in their benefit. Lois does not believe that Dr. Baines told them, and she goes back later to check on her own, along with Jimmy. Dr. Baines captures them and ties them up while Clark comes searching for them, and he wants to use his powers to save them, but he cannot do it, and Dr. Baines captures him too. Dr. Baines sets up an accident, and the three of them are likely to be killed, but Clark releases himself and saves Lois and Jimmy. When they get out, they witness Dr. Baines' helicopter exploding, killing her, while it is revealed that Luthor is the one who trapped While it is revealed that Luthor is the one who trapped the helicopter. After Dr. Baines' death, everyone believes that the spaceship is safe, and they get ready to launch. Lois sneaks inside the ship while Clark visits his parents, frustrated that he cannot use his powers to help others. he asked Martha to make a costume for him in a stupid montage. And we'll get into that later. That was just fucking horrendous.
We need a montage.
So that he can...
Every hero needs a montage.
So that he'll be able to be himself and for the people not to recognise him without his glasses. Clark, Martha and Jonathan watch live. Watch live at the launch, but when they see something is wrong, Clark flies back to Metropolis to help. He arrives as Superman and finds Lois inside the ship trying to disarm the bomb, and he takes the bomb and spells it like a comedic idiot in the form of a shock to Lois, in front of a shock to Lois. After that, he helps with the ship launch and makes the news where everyone calls him Superman. Lois is excited with Superman while Superman visits Luthor to let him know that he knows who he really is and that he was behind everything. And he vows to see Luthor face justice one day, while Luthor simply responds, as they say, let the games begin. Superman.
This was absolutely the best show of the week. Hands down. Hands down, it was. I love this. I got from the opening music that just took me back to my childhood. Did not disappoint. Dean Cain is probably the second best Superman there's ever been.
Yep.
Terry Hatcher is not only a phenomenal actress. This was in her absolute peak.
Yep.
So looking at her is not in any way a problem.
Her as Lois Lane was quite good as well.
I actually think she's one of the best Loises.
She's better than
the best. Amy Adams.
No, better than Margot Kidder. That's the one. I was about to say Margot Robbie.
To me, when I think of Lois Lane, I think of Terry Hatcher with the bob cut and everything. That's what comes into my head.
I like the fact she's very bitchy, very snarky, I suppose would be the word as well. You know, she's
a reporter. She is what she says she is.
Strong independent black woman.
Yeah, she don't take no crap from no man. Why am I wrong, Matt? Why am I wrong? Why am I wrong?
I didn't say you were fucking wrong.
You did. You said I'm wrong when I was like, the show's great. You're like, oh, fuck off, and fucking Matt, fuck off.
It is fucking
shit. So why am I wrong?
I mean, a lot of the time it does get a little bit silly as well. It gets silly, like the montage was silly, but I actually...
Fucking Superman! It has to be silly, otherwise the entire thing is I'm invincible.
Yeah, pretty much.
What a boring show. Kids, you gonna lose? No.
Some of the costumes were pretty funny, though. They were pretty funny.
There you go, we've just had a message through saying DK is the best Superman there ever has been.
How are we going to do that?
That person doesn't know. That person hasn't experienced... Yeah.
I really really dislike. I mean, I don't like Superman very much at all.
Superman.
Not the way.
But the fact that when Dean Cain switches between Superman and Clark Kent, he actually looks not any fucking different at all.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. No, he does part his hair on the other side. He parts his hair for Clark, and he slicks it back for Superman.
He actually looks different.
Yeah, come on, it's Christopher Reeve! It's like fucking comparing like fucking Laurence Olivier and, I don't know, fucking Pauly Shore! Of course one of them is great! You dipshit!
It fucking pisses me off.
What I like, hate, and like at the same time is the part where he's down talking with his parents. He's like, it's not like they'll recognise me, right?
And he just plays with the glasses.
Oh shit, I love that part. They're just looking at him like...
The one thing that I don't understand about that is why he wears the glasses
Yeah.
in Smallville already.
Yeah, I
There's
don't-
a little bit of
I
shit.
don't-
Yeah, there's some shit that
yeah.
doesn't make sense, sure, but come on, it was like 1992. Okay, people were very high on cocaine at the time. Give them a break.
Oh god, it's one of those. Once again, it's the pilot. Simple as that. I mean, I love the montage. Like some of the costumes was absolutely great. Some of them were horrible, like the leopard print one, the primitive native man sort of look. It was so funny. Then at one point I thought he was actually going to wear Daredevil's like bandana without eye holes. Then he turned around and just, nah, he's got the eye holes.
Zorro.
Yeah, the Zorro look. So yeah, it's a pilot. You know, that's the thing.
But
It's a pilot.
enjoyable. I cannot understand how Matt is like dumb enough to not have enjoyed this.
The characters were great. They were my favourite.
To me, I mean, I remember a lot more about this show. Like, for instance, I know that the Jimmy we've seen now actually gets replaced with a dude who plays Jimmy better. But
I do like Perry.
Yeah, Perry's great. This
Perry's
good.
good.
Perry,
He reminds me of the dad out of the Wonder Years. I know it's not, but he just does.
the body shape.
Yeah, it's just he just.
I
does.
love it when he walks in on Clark as Clark's like trying to jump out the closet window.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What are you doing in here, son?" He's like, "I just like to come sit in the closet." He's like, "Okay, well, I'll be out here. You
coming out anytime soon? No.
okay? Well, when you're ready to come out the closet, you let me know."
Oh God.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was absolutely great. Yeah, look, let's get into the the Cranstons and the awards and all that for this week. So, what's everybody got?
I'm going to struggle for each show. And overall, Cranston, I'll probably have to say Terry Hatcher.
Ooh. Ooh.
She was I found her to be a very good Lois Lane.
I'm gonna make a bit of an admission now, live on the show.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Man, did I masturbate to meet Terry Hatcher when I was a kid. Fucking hell. Legit, I'm surprised they did not tear my dick off.
Yeah, that was Tango and Cash for me.
Oh, yeah. She's always been hot, man. Even now she's hot.
So, did we get Brains?
Cranston.
Oh, sorry, Cranston went to
Come back
Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, sorry, Cranston went Terry Hatcher. I'm not sure about Barbara's. Come back to me for Barbara's.
Alright, what do you got, Matt?
For Lois and Clark, I'm gonna have to go with Perry.
Perry's getting your Cranston?
Yeah.
Alright.
Here's the one actor that I did like in that episode.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Something
I can see that. I can see why you would feel that way as well. All right. What do you got for this week, Badge?
For Lois and Clark, I would have to say I liked Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor.
Staring at a fucking cobra.
Yeah.
A tear with so much
Yeah, I
intensity.
know.
A tear came out of his eye.
But no, it's a well-known fact that cobras do feel empathy for people who are crying.
It's a well-known fact that Lex Luthor is just the scariest son of a bitch alive. I think is more what that was.
But I actually really like him. Even with hair, I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's lovable, cuddly even. But no, he was
Sinister.
probably he was like the strongest character out of the whole pilot for me.
No, I think that was Superman.
Yeah. My strength. No, definitely, yeah. Lex.
All right, Mike Cranston for Lois and Clark is actually an unconventional one. Goes
Jimmy?
to Park Kent.
Oh. Park Kent?
Because this, to me, of all the characters in all the films, in anything, that's the best Park Kent I've ever seen. I love this guy's face, but honestly, I really do feel like that guy is the father of this, because he's just so dad-like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everything he does is just so dad-like. So just
He's very laid back and doesn't give a shit, sort of, as well, really.
Yeah, he's dealt with it for 20-odd
he
years.
supports his son, but but at the same time, it's clear how much he loves him. Because he's always like hugging him and supporting him. He's like, you can do whatever you want. You're the fucking man. You're Superman.
Or Hope Man. Anyway.
I like when he sees him in the costume and he kind of like stops and is like, whoa.
Yeah.
And has like this like the smile of like, damn.
The
my
proud
boy.
son. Yeah.
So, yeah, I like Park Kent.
Cool.
Are there any Barbaras for this one?
For Lois and Clark specifically, or are we talking about the...
Lois and Clark specifically, we'll move on.
What's her name? The tart. Cat Grant. I didn't like her in Supergirl, and I don't like her in this. So...
Okay.
She went full slut. You never go full slut.
I'm going
Fuck that, always go full slut, ladies. Don't listen to Terry.
No, Adam goes full slut.
That's why Terry's lonely on Saturday nights.
I'm here.
Halle Berry's on this one.
Ooh.
Halle Berry's.
One for Lois, she's a bitch, and the other one to Catherine Grant, because she's a skank.
Sheer hoe.
Don't have one.
Fair hoe.
You don't have one?
Don't have one.
No shit.
Loved it.
It's a rare moment.
Yeah,
Loved it.
I couldn't say I've got one either.
Yeah, because you loved it.
I did love it.
Yeah, because it's great. Matt's an idiot. That's
Just,
what he's
yeah,
doing.
the only thing I didn't like about it was the Superman Clark Kent face thing pisses me off.
Yeah, I'll give you
but
that.
That's not necessarily just this show. That's just Superman.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Alright, any glove rating system for this one?
Out of 5, I'm giving it about 3.5.
Okay. Pretty room for
Hap-
improvement.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's a pilot. I don't expect much from pilots.
Oh, so I give it a 4 because it's just one of the most solid pilots I've seen. Because it's long. It's like 90 minutes long, like The Flash, but it doesn't feel 90 minutes long. Whereas The Flash feels like it's like a week. Like I felt like I'd watched that for a month.
Absolutely, I agree completely.
Okay, glove rating system from the man in Mo.
Yeah, man, for a half.
It's you.
I'll give it a 3. I enjoyed it.
And Matt's gonna give it a 1.
Finger.
2.5, actually.
2.5. Ooh, I've underestimated.
Eh.
I wasn't overly fond of it, and I think I remember I was never actually fond of the show full stop. But I did like that Lois is a bitch, even though I gave her a Halle Berry.
Yep.
Like I liked that relationship between Clark and Lois Lane. I thought that was actually quite good. So it could redeem itself because I don't actually remember a lot of it.
So you do know Terry Hatch gets her boobs out soon. You know that, right?
She does not. You're a liar.
I'm just trying to fill you with false hopes, then crush you like the little worm that you are.
Yeah, but you suck at it, so don't even try.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you could find it online somewhere.
Probably.
Oh, you can.
Adam probably knows exactly.
Pretty
where.
sure I already know.
Adam has a hard drive dedicated to it.
Shh, boys, please. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Oh, hang on. What am I talking about?
We're moving back through the TV show.
Yeah, moving backwards. Let's go back to the one before this. So previously we had
The Flash.
The Flash. So who are we giving out Barbaras to in The Flash?
I have a list.
Oh, God.
I have a list, sir. Yeah, Iris, for me, I mean, it's transcendent through the decades, really. It's almost like the curse of the Joker, really. You know, you portray Iris West, you become a bitch for life. That and Henry Allen, I just didn't like the father figure in this. I hated Henry. Hate him.
I can see where you're coming from that one.
And honourable mention to Nicholas Pike. I hate cops who turn bad and shit like that. I don't like
Terrible
that.
mullets.
And mullets, Malays, I believe they were called.
Malays.
That's what they were called in the 90s, Malays. Yeah, so that's my Barbaras.
Fair enough, Matt. What have you got for yours?
Yeah, I'm going to jump on Barry's dad and Iris.
Curse
Both my bags.
Yeah, I was gonna go Iris and Pike.
Yep.
Right, well, I
Iris is up there.
have a cumulative one. It's a team award, as it were.
The Flashcast.
It goes to everybody but John Wesley Shipp. You all get Cranstons. You're bad at your job, motherfuckers. That's how I feel about
They all get
that shit.
Barbaras, yep.
Barbaras, yeah, they all get Barbaras.
You're getting too hyped up. Relax, chill.
No!
Relax.
No!
Relax.
So if we got
Cranstons
to give out for this.
Well, we all know who I'm giving one to. Plus, Earl the dog. I like that dog. It's a good dog.
Yeah.
I like that dog.
Well,
It's got a good character. So John Wesley Shipp.
I did find myself wondering how do they get him to do some of those things, like close the cupboard door and shit like that.
Assistance dogs. Assistance dog do that, like for blind people and people with special needs.
Yeah, and they punched out some blind guy on the street. We're like, give us your dog. Have this stick, fucker. We're taking this dog.
And it turned out to be Matt Murdock. So yeah.
Well, you didn't need the dog.
Well, that's why he's now got the stick and he doesn't want
Yeah,
a
he
dog.
doesn't
He's got
want
bad
a
memories. He's
dog.
got bad
Doesn't need a
memories,
dog.
motherfucker. Anyway, so it's John Wesley Shipp and Earl get the get my Cranstons.
Okay. What about you, Matt? Cranston?
Yeah, JWS.
Nice.
J-Dubs. The
Braden?
J-Dubs.
Yeah, go to J-Dubs.
J-Dubs.
And
I didn't mind Tina McGee too much either.
Just refreshing.
She looked like she had chocolate on her lip for like the last 10 minutes of the episode, and I couldn't look past that. I'm like, is it...
That's
what
why
is that? Is it a mole? I couldn't
Did you watch it on Blu-ray?
No, I only have the DVD of this.
Okay.
Would have fucking wasted money watching this pilot on Blu-ray. I don't think they printed this Blu-ray. They probably put it in Blu-ray and they're like, oh god, it looks even worse. Burn that immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all right. Obviously,
J-Dubs.
well, yeah.
J-Dubs. There's only one person left. It's
Come on,
J-Dubs.
it's John Wesley Shipp. Given out gloves, I'm going to start off. Ready for my glove rating?
2.
0.
1. Oh, wow.
0. This is trash.
Wow.
I wasted my time watching this. It was trash. Legitimately, this was trash. The other thing worse than this, RoboCop the series from around 1990.
What? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
The only thing worse. I'm sure, as I say, the show gets
I'm
better.
pretty sure
but-
that-
What's that?
Why did you remind me of that piss? I forgot.
Because I got reminded of it watching this shit.
TV series.
Did it remind you of who you really are?
It did. It did. It reminded me of who I really am.
Oh.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Yeah.
That show was shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this pilot was trash to go with it.
Yeah. Sure.
I actually liked it.
So what gloves are you all giving it?
I'm giving it about 2.5, 3. 2.5, 3. It's a pilot. I didn't mind the first half. As typical, they just went too long.
Yeah.
It just went too long.
Way too long. Braden?
Yeah, well, I gave Lois Clark 3, so I'll probably go 2 for this. 2, 2.5.
And Matt?
Yeah, too long.
4.
4.
4.
I love it. Love it.
Fucking hell, you must love some D-grade
Dark Knight
schlock.
Returns Part 2.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry?
So
You like-
one
I-
glove under Dark Knight Returns Part 2.
That's true. That's true.
Unbelievable. Alright.
I enjoyed it.
And now, let's go back even further. Batman 1966. Who you giving Barbara? So I'll kick this one off. You know who you giving Barbara to? The beast that fell into the reactor.
Molly.
If she'd have let him save her, wouldn't be a problem. But no,
She made
now
a conscious-
Batman has to pine after that poon all his life.
Yeah, that's in fact that's probably what kickstarted the sexcapade that is 66 Batman.
No wonder he got so upset over Kitka.
Kitka
What have you
done with Kitka?
You know,
So-
you know what's funny is if you watch that just before she falls into the bat.
She's standing on completely flat ground.
Adam West. Anyway, while Adam West is climbing up, she actually steps over the rail and closer to the reactor center.
Yeah.
So that Adam West can be on top to try and grab her.
Her acting in that whole scenario was absolute garbage.
Help me, Batman! Yeah, grab my hand. I'm too scared. I'm just a girl. Yeah. So are you giving out any Barbaras? Has anybody get any Barbaras?
Frank Gorshin
Really, the Riddler?
for thinking he's the Joker.
Yeah, I can agree with that. He did come across as very Joker-esque. I wouldn't actually mind seeing him as the Joker.
Actually, same.
I think though, once you see more of the Joker, there is a pretty big difference.
Yeah. It's just for a pilot.
It's not the laugh, really.
Yeah, it's the
No.
laugh.
I think.
Mind you, it's where Jim Carrey got his inspiration.
Yeah,
Bad move.
Exactly where I was about to go. It's just as I was watching it, all I could see was Jim Carrey, and I just fucking hated it straight away.
Mm.
No, Frank Gorshin way better.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
But no, just for the pilot, he gets my Barbara. Just for doing acid before going on screen. It was just.
It was 66.
It was 66.
That's
Do not
probably
eat
invented acting back then.
Yeah, do not eat the brown M&Ms. There's a bad batch of M&Ms going around.
Okay.
So.
Alright. Braden.
Barbara goes to Dumb Shit Cops because they're all dumb shits.
Oh, Big Goro, we'd be so fucked without Batman.
Detective O'Hara. Is it Detective or Inspector?
Chief.
It's Chief O'Hara.
Chief O'Hara.
I swore he said Detective
No, there's
O'Hara.
the other detective is the other guy in the room. The guy that just showed up that one time to shake his head and be like, oh. That's
At
the
least
detective.
They did do the right ones and stop Batman from driving intoxicated.
Mm.
Well, they're right. Wow. For sure. Alright, good answers there. Let's hand out some Cranstons then. I'll start it off Adam West.
I want to say Burt Ward just to fucking make you angry.
Why would you give an award to Burt? What did Burt Ward do?
Nothing. I'm kidding.
He solved.
Yeah, he was smarter than Adam West a couple of times.
Yeah, every time.
Every single time. Did he just disconnect?
No.
I think
No,
he might have
just
just plugged my mic.
Please wait.
I'm just checking which one it is, so that if I do have to unplug any more stupid fucking opinions, I will.
Commissioner Gordon. For me, he's my Cranston.
Not a bad answer.
So yeah.
Not a bad answer. Yeah. All right.
I'm trying to think of something different than Adam West. It's tough.
Batman.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
I might actually go Frank Gorshin. I really enjoyed Frank Gorshin.
Wow. That's
enjoyed it.
disappointing to hear. It really is.
I agree that he was a bit Joker-esque, but I
Yeah.
still really enjoyed him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, Mattu.
Yeah.
Who gets your Cranston?
Okay, I just want to say one thing. I'm not happy with this pilot. I'm not happy with the way this is going.
Mm-hmm.
But Adam West gets my Cranston.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think Adam's going to be a happy boy with that. I think he fell over the floor when we started bad-mouthing Adam West a little bit. He's recovering now.
I was only trying him. I actually do love Adam West. I've never stopped loving Adam West, even though I hate him.
Nobody can. It's Adam West.
It's Adam West. But yeah, like, I don't like how they've written this Batman, but I do like Adam West.
Well, this is comedy Batman.
So it is your paradox. This is your paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Wells.
It's your inverse Batman.
All
Inverse
right.
Owlman.
Inverse Batman.
And what are we giving this one on the glove rating
Batman
system?
doesn't put his foot out like a slow ass motherfucker.
For a pilot, it's probably the best out of the 3 pilots. So I'm probably gonna go 3.5.
3.5. Okay. I'll meet you on that one. I'll give you 3.5 as well, I reckon. What are you giving this one, bro?
Yeah, I'll go 3.5, 4.
Nice. And what about...
I love this. I love this series. It's great.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? And what about you, Matt?
I'm gonna go 3.
3.
That's okay.
It's acceptable.
I didn't mind it. Like, I don't like it. I struggle to get past the comedic Batman. I really don't like that because
It is hard to get past, yeah.
yeah, it's too much sometimes. And the fact that there were times where Dick was smarter than Batman, like 99% of those riddles.
He's Dick Grayson.
Dick had the answer before Batman.
It's Dick Grayson. It's Dick motherfucking Grayson. He's always better than Batman. Look at Nightwing. That's just what Nightwing is first. He's better than Batman. Burt Ward, not better than Adam West. That's the problem here, is you get confused because Burt Ward is so fucking shit.
Oh, and the stupid... I just want to give a side Barbara here to the fucking stupid writers of having their holy crap, holy donut holes, Batman. Fucking stupidest lines in the fucking history of television writing.
Best. They're the
They're the
best.
fucking gayest pieces of shit ever.
There's gonna be like 100 different ones of them. They're the best.
And
I
they're
love it.
fucking stupid. Every single one of them. I just want to strangle
That's
that.
what's good about it.
Oh, fuck's neck. Fucking hate him. Fuck you, Dick. You're a piece of shit. Anyway,
Oh my god.
You're just jealous because he looks better in tights than you.
get
He's just
fucked.
jealous because he doesn't look like Chad Kroger. Well, that brings us into this week's movie, so let's take it away.
And now for our feature presentation.
On the planet Krypton, using evidence provided by the scientist Jor-El, the ruling council sentences 3 attempted insurrectionists, General Zod, Ursa and Non, to eternal living death in the Phantom Zone. Despite his eminence, Jor-El is unable to convince the council of his belief that Krypton will soon be destroyed when its sun explodes. In order to save his infant son Kal-El, Jor-El launches a spacecraft containing him towards Earth, a distant planet with a suitable atmosphere, and where Kal-El's dense molecular structure will give him superhuman powers. Shortly after the launch, Krypton is destroyed. Thousands of years later, the ship crash lands on Earth near Smallville, a farming town in Kansas. Kal-El, who is aged only 3 years during the voyage due to the effects of time dilation, is found by Jonathan and Martha Kent, who are astonished when he is able to lift up their truck. They take him back to their farm and raise him as their own son, naming him Clark after Martha's maiden name. At age 18, soon after Jonathan's death, Clark hears a psychic call discovering a glowing green crystal in the remains of his ship. It compels him to travel to the Arctic, where he builds a crystal structure known as the Fortress of Solitude, resembling the architecture of Krypton. Inside, a vision of Jor-El explains Clark's origins, educating him in his powers and responsibilities. After 12 years with his powers fully developed, he leaves the fortress and becomes a reporter at the Daily Planet in Metropolis. He meets and develops a romantic attraction with co-worker Lois Lane. However, she only sees him as awkward and unsophisticated. Lois becomes involved in a helicopter accident where conventional means of rescue are impossible, requiring Clark to use his powers in public for the first time to save her. During the same night, he rescues a little girl's cat from a tree in Brooklyn Heights, thwarts a jewel thief attempting to scale a building, intercedes a police chase with many robbers trying to escape via a cabin cruiser, and even finds time to rescue Air Force One. He finally visits Lois at home, takes her for a flight over the city, and allows her to interview him for an article in which she names him Superman. Meanwhile, criminal genius Lex Luthor has developed a cunning plan to make a fortune in real estate by buying large amounts of barren desert land and then diverting a nuclear missile test flight straight into the San Andreas Fault. It will sink California and leave Luthor's desert as the new west coast of the United States of America, greatly increasing its value. After his incompetent henchman Otis accidentally redirects the first rocket to the wrong place following his first delay in convoy, Luthor's girlfriend Eve Tessmacher successfully changes the course of a second missile while the military is distracted by a roadblock. Knowing that Superman could stop his plans, Luthor lures him to his underground lair and exposes him to kryptonite. As he weakens, Luthor taunts Superman by revealing that the first missile is a decoy headed east towards Hackensack, New Jersey, knowing that even Superman can't stop both impacts. Tessmacher is horrified because her mother lives in Hackensack, but Luthor does not care and leaves Superman to a slow death, drowning. Knowing his reputation for keeping his word, Tessmacher rescues him on the condition that he will deal with the New Jersey missile first. After diverting the eastbound one into outer space, he witnesses the westbound one detonating in the San Andreas Fault. Unable to stop the mitigate effects of the nuclear explosion, getting rid of the pollution from the fallout and shoring up the crumbling Earth, but aftershocks are still devastating, and despite all of Superman's best efforts, Lois dies. Her car falls into a crevice that is open due to an aftershock, and it quickly fills with dirt and debris, and she suffocates to death. Angered at being unable to save her, Superman ignores Jor-El's warning not to interfere in human history, preferring to heed Jonathan's advice that he must be on Earth for a reason. He travels back in time by flying around the Earth at near realistic speed in order to rescue Lois, altering history so that her car is never caught in the aftershock. He then delivers Luthor and Otis to prison and flies into the sunset for further adventures. Didn't know I could summon background music from out of nowhere, did you? But I can.
Impressive.
I can when the
Well
need
done.
to talk about Superman arises, and my God, do I want to talk about this film. But first, I'll let you gentlemen take it over. What did you think?
Well, can we not talk about the first, about 45 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, I can give you that. It doesn't count till Christopher Reeve walks in anyway. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Marlon Brando is boring as fuck in this movie.
He did it all for the money.
Jor-El.
Oh, he did it all for the money. This is what happens when you do things for money. You end up getting a part that's meant to be epic, and you deliver the lines like a wet fish.
Although I gotta say,
We didn't even get Zod. I thought we were going to get Zod out of that.
well,
It
we
was just nuts.
did get him. We got a little bit of him being like,
We got the
one
tip.
day you and
You
then
will now.
your ass.
I thought we were going to see that one day, and we didn't. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. We're going to get Zod in this movie. Yeah, that'll be alright.
It's two. That's what happens in the sequel, nigga.
Does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
dumbass.
I didn't realise it was.
Just learn. Have you not learnt anything?
Sorry, I wasn't born in the 70s like you lot.
It's born in the 80s.
Fuck off.
Man.
Shit, we don't know all the
Douchebag.
time Chad Kroger.
Only some.
So what? You're picking on me, and I like this film.
You haven't said shit about it yet, so I don't know your stance on it, but if it's anything to go by with the rest of the
I'm
stuff, you
picking
hate
up-
it, you probably hate Christopher Reeve.
I love Christopher Reeve, so fuck
Good.
you.
Everyone
Yeah, I
should.
love Christopher Reeve in
He's
this.
amazing. He is Superman.
Yeah. I think he's the only Superman that really got Superman, really.
He
I
actually
agree.
looks different as
Yeah.
Clark
He
Kent
acts
and
different.
Superman,
Acts-
plus he acts
Changes
different.
his voice and
Differently.
everything.
Changed his posture.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Just
He shrinks
everything
down.
about-
You know, you can see that in the
And
apartment scene.
he acts like a weakling too.
Yeah.
It's not just
The-
like,
the way
oh,
he's
I'm just
open
going
the
to change
bottle.
clothes and change my hair, change my voice. He actually acts like a pussy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like fainting when the gun goes off.
Yeah. Oh, the force of the bullet hitting my hand and compressing perfectly into a little ball
There
of
is
metal.
one thing, though, that I really took away from this film watching it now, you know, like 40 years, nearly 40 years after it was made. And that is that it was originally obviously made as a spectacle.
Yeah.
By that I mean, like, look at what we can film. Look at our cameras. We can film stuff. Look at it.
Yep.
Look at it. And it's like, yeah, man, cut this shit down. Like,
Yeah.
you cut about 15 minutes out of the film just
Oh,
with a
absolutely.
bit of editing.
Yep. But you don't want to.
Oh, no, it's
The
great.
whole thing's great.
It's great. There's some...
Regardless of it's like what we can do, it's still a
Irregardless,
fucking
yeah.
awesome movie.
Oh, yeah. Like, even down to... I love the costume changes in this, like where he goes to change in the phone booth and it doesn't work. I think my favourite one is throwing himself out the window.
Mm-hmm.
That's still
Yeah.
the best one.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Lex Luthor's not bad. Gene Hackman's pretty good.
He's very good.
But, you know, I don't know. I just don't... He, to me, feels like he's the one there for the paycheck in this film. More than Marlon Brando even does.
No, at least he actually acts. Marlon
That's
Brando's
true.
just a tubby fuck.
That's true.
You know? What else did Marlon Brando do after this? I think it was the Island of Dr. Monroe.
Die.
And then die. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you-
Actually, the dude that was here for the money shot. Oh no, that's in number 2. No, I'm gonna shut up.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
gonna shut up.
You can tell us when that happens.
But yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things in this movie that I just really enjoyed. I mean, Christopher Reeve is obviously a big part of it. I also like hearing the fun kind of behind the scenes stories. And one that I heard about this was when they did a costume run.
The
first thing
codpiece?
they did. No, the first thing they did was you can tell me that story. 'Cause I haven't heard that one. The first thing they did was they put Christopher Reeve in the costume, and because Christopher Reeve is was very humble. He was Clark Kent. Almost.
Yeah.
He didn't realize that walking, like, what effect he was actually having on women. So they pushed it. They went go through the cafeteria and watched all these women just swooning or
Yeah.
whatever because he's just like struck through a Superman, just oblivious to it.
Yeah.
And then they did the same thing as Superman.
Yeah.
With him hunched down and everything, and he just got ignored. And nobody actually realized he was the same guy. And that was the point where they were like, yeah. That is the guy who definitely has to play this character.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard a story about the cod piece. Apparently, they wanted to use one that they didn't use one. They had to actually use one that restrained the little reeds.
Oh, I bet.
And so yeah, it was one of those things. So it's
Better
like,
than feeding him some pill to do it like they did to Burt Ward.
yeah.
yeah, but that was more of a community service really for breeding. But it's just one of those things. But yeah, like there's a lot of little stories about it, like Marlon Brando being a fat fuck. No, that's more as a statement of fact. But you know,
It's also, I mean, there's lots of cool stuff in this film. It feels like a comic book in a lot of ways, but it's still, I mean, it's a Richard Donner film, so, you know, you can't really go wrong. I love seeing the captain from Lethal Weapon as the young cop. I like to think it's the same cop,
yep.
that he's just grown up in this world with Superman, and somehow that the street level cops are Riggs and Murtaugh, but Superman still exists out there.
I do like that. Even though this was a bit light-hearted, it was a bit more of a serious serious Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Superman.
Well, everything he does is serious. He's taking life. He is Superman. He takes his job seriously. He just has. The only time he really has fun is when he's with Lois, and even then, I think that's more because.
Do you like pink?
Yeah, I love that when he. That's honestly my favorite moment in the film is where she's like, "What color
Oh,
underwear?"
hey.
And he's like, "Is this lead?" Which I'm watching the film and I'm like, "Dude, bro, way to give away your wheat. Like, why not
Yeah.
just be like, hey, if you shoot me here, I'll die." But you know, but like when she walks away from the planter box, she's like, "Pink, they're pink." That or when she's like, "You shouldn't smoke, Miss Lane." Oh, don't tell me lung cancer. Well, not yet.
There's a little bit of Clark in Superman. That's the fun part.
Well, Clark is Clark. Superman's the mask.
Yeah,
They've always said that it's the inverse Bruce Wayne. Batman's the real man. Bruce Wayne is the mask.
Yeah.
Clark Kent is a doofy, gangly, dumb, hillbilly motherfucker.
Yeah.
Superman is the mask he puts on to
He's
throw
comfortable
people off.
saying swell.
Yeah, exactly. He's comfortable saying swell. This movie's swell.
Yeah. I think we can all agree it's probably one of the first superhero movies we ever saw.
Oh, I think this is something.
No.
The 60s, 69, whatever year the Batman movie came out. This was the first. What was yours, Brad?
I couldn't tell you to be honest, but it wasn't this. I haven't seen this movie before.
Then you, sir, have been raised incorrectly as a child.
All right, we gotta stop all conversation right now, Braden. You go ahead and tell us what you thought of this.
Yep, absolutely.
It's holy shit.
Yeah, my real main issue with it was it just went for far too long. Like that first part, I was just bored. Yeah. And I'm just sort of going, I hope this picks up. And it really did. When Christopher Reeve come into it, it really did pick up from there. Like, his character, or his characters, I should say. I wasn't overly fond of Lois Lane. I hated her teeth. Every time she'd fucking smile, it would make me sick.
It was like 80s England.
Blu-ray, man. See that shit on a projector. An orthodontist's worst nightmare.
Or the Donald J's payday.
Lex Luthor was a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
Sort of having like two guys work for him and they were both dumb shits.
Otis is great.
Yeah, Otis and the chick.
Test marker.
I think what they were trying to do, because this was the
Test
first...
marker!
Because this was the first kind of superhero film they'd ever made, they had to give him a bit more of a backstory, because back then the only people that read comics were kids.
Yeah.
And they were trying to make it for adults for the first time, so they had to give it a bit more of a backstory and flesh it out and whatnot. But
it just didn't make sense to me, though, that he was working underground, but he had the money to buy half the fucking desert in the country.
But that was the idea. His father always said, land will always be land. So if you're smart about it, you spend quarter of the money on shit land, hit the fault line, boom, new West Coast.
Plus, we don't know if he hasn't been stealing money somehow.
This is true.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
I mean, he does live on...
I didn't think it was very smart of him as well when Superman took him to jail and he's just like, I'm Lex Luthor, criminal mastermind! You're trying to get out of jail and tell everyone you're a fucking criminal mastermind.
Yeah, because he's a sociopath. He has to, like... It comes down to that on some level makes sense because, like, for instance, you capture a really heinous killer, they'll normally break down and start telling you things because you finally caught him and they're like, I can finally say this shit. So he is probably like, when they're like, who is it? He's like, fuck you, I'm Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
You know who I am. Just don't let the wig fool you.
Are you dense? Are you retarded? I'm the goddamn Luthor.
Yeah. The story I think I like the best, though, coming out of this, just because it's just trolling at its max, which is why I imagine you guys will like it too. He's Richard Donner, the director of this, met with Gene Hackman and asked Gene Hackman to be Lex Luthor and whatnot. And they talked over the phone and they agreed to meet face to face. And finally, face to face, Hackman said that he would do it, but he wouldn't shave his mustache. Basically, pulled the Cesar Romero card. And so they meet face to face, and Richard Donner goes to meet him, and he's like, "Look, if you shave your mustache, I'll shave mine. Like fair's fair." Right? So, Gene Hackman's like, yeah, all right, goes away, shaves the mustache, comes back out. And
Richard Donner.
No, Richard Donner looks at him and just peels off this fake mustache that he was wearing.
That's awesome.
So, that's the Richard Donner story on that one. I thought that was pretty good.
That's incredible.
So, look, there are some things in this movie that, are shit, and I guess they're building on, it is Lex Luthor year one, as it were.
Yeah.
But for the whole... I'm amazed this film is nearly 40 years old.
Yeah, me too. I really liked the one part that I really liked in the first part of the movie with the young Clark Kent was when he was running alongside the train.
Yeah.
And just those graphics they made me happy.
Yeah.
I love when he just kicks the ball like just way the fuck out into nowhere. Just absolutely punts the thing into space.
Fun fact, that was an air cannon that was buried 2 feet below the football field.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they launched it exactly at the right time where he swung his leg. That's how they got the shot.
Yeah.
Here's one question I do have. When Braden's favourite scene came up, where he's running along next to the train.
Yeah.
Is that Lois Lane?
I remember a cut, and I reckon it somehow got cut in the later ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the original version of that where, it's Lois, and she turns to her mother and said, because the man and woman in the cast, in the carriage that play Lois's parents, are the original Lois Lane and Superman from the black and white serial, the TV serial. And she turns to the mother and says, Mom, I just saw a boy running next to the train. Yep. And her mother actually spanks her and says...
Yeah, I remember.
And I reckon the reason they took it out was because it's a spanking.
Well, actually, that spanking occurs for the cat in the tree.
Yeah, it happens there too, but it's not one that you see.
Yeah, that is true.
It's an one where she actually slaps her on the face and tells her not to tell lies.
Because isn't there... Yeah, because it's explained... Because that could be Lois, because as he's built the Fortress of Solitude, what did he say? 10 years of Earth years have
12
passed.
years.
Oh, 12 years.
Sorry, 12.
So, yeah, by the time he gets there, Lois is probably...
21. Yeah, so...
I mean, that's not much more you can really say about this movie, really, to increase the gush factor that we have for it.
I don't think so. It really is... Christopher Reeve alone is worth watching this film for.
Absolutely.
It's just so perfect. And, the one thing that I absolutely just floored me, because as we all know, I'm a fan of just hard acting. I like acting. I like good quality acting. I get off on it. And there was one moment in this film that I absolutely adored, and it's where...
And Terry Hatcher.
So, I get off on Terry. I'd love to get off on Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher, whilst acting well, would be your...
Shit.
Give that man some room.
Blow it to the roof. Anyway, I was saying...
exactly,
the moment
Matt.
where Superman confronts Luthor, right? And he's never seen kryptonite before. He's never felt powerless before.
Yeah.
And, he's like a disease maniac. You think he could hide it behind lead, and rips open the box, and the kryptonite's there, and he gets this look of fear. And then when Luthor picks it up, like Clark kind of puts his hand out, he's like, no, and he has this look. And to me, it was a look of Christopher Reeve really nailed this whole I've never felt pain. And so you see this fear of like,
yeah, he's like, I don't understand what's going on here.
And I really did feel like I was watching something foreign, and I just couldn't work out what it was.
Yeah.
So.
No, there are lots of little gems throughout the movie. Even Tessmark has like gems every once in a while, like that scene in Pool. That's actually probably one of the best scenes. So that's besides have a blonde wig with her boobs hanging out, pretending to be a crash victim. But it's all around good fun film. So I have nothing but love for it.
Did you watch it with the kids, Braden?
Nah, no, I didn't watch this with the kids. I started watching it with the mum night, and she couldn't get past that first hour, so I lost her pretty quick.
Well, I will just to preview what we've got coming in the next few weeks. Next week we're going to do the Richard Donner, who's the director of this, got fired halfway through Superman 2. He'd shot most of his shit, and so it was fine. He ended up doing his cut, which we'll watch next week. Then we'll actually watch the other cut afterwards, so you can see the differences, because you want to talk about a shit film, Braden, you'll that first hour is about to look like fucking the best thing you've ever seen.
Oscar gold.
So yeah, but the tagline for this film is something that always stuck with me. It was, "You will believe a man can fly," and I really do. You watch the way he moves, like you can't tell he's on wires. He just looks like a dude who just springs into the air and drops, and he just looks so fluid.
He's very natural. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like myself and Matt were watching Lois and Clark, and Matt brought up the posing as he flew. Didn't you, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very... I think Dean Cain tried to tap into Christopher Reeves' posing and stuff like that because it is iconic.
Oh, absolutely.
It's probably just as iconic as the Action Comics cover where he's holding the car over his head.
Yep.
So, Christopher Reeves is...
Did,
yeah. So that's just it. I think Christopher Reeves has actually surpassed the actual image of Superman. He's become Superman to a lot of people.
Yeah. Henry Cavill's getting close.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But Superman, like... Henry Cavill's big, like ridiculous big, and in today's standards, I guess Superman should be that big. But there's something about this lean, muscular. He still looks muscular, and he's still wide.
Yeah, he does.
His old 52, like previous new 52 big. Like you've got a cushion in the background,
Classics.
sort of. You've got classics. His classics big because he was trained by the same guy who played the
Darth
physical
Vader.
role of Darth Vader.
David Prowse.
Yeah. So I mean,
This was actually
got tone
shot. Funnily enough, this was shot on the same studios as Bond.
Oh, really?
Bond films. Roger Moore was actually filming. I don't know which one, but Roger Moore was filming a Bond film at the same time.
Nice. So that's his thing. I mean, you know, Christopher Reeve, sometimes when he twists and poses, he actually looks like they're like Mr. Olympia poses with the lats poking out and all that sort of stuff. It's actually quite good. It's very compelling for an older film.
I like that. I like the fluidity of Christopher Reeve's landings and takeoffs.
Yeah.
They're absolutely phenomenal. You cannot tell. Like, or I have a hard time telling where the wire stops supporting him.
Yeah. I also really like the fact that he'll like swoop in and swoop out, but he always like waves and smiles.
Yeah.
And everybody's thanks very much. I'm Superman. like when he saves Air Force One, and every time they keep looking out the window, he's just smiling and waving at him like, "Hey guys."
I got you.
It's the Ray Palmer effect.
We'll get into the Ray Palmer effect in a few when Superman gets pink eye coming up. I think that'll be the episode title. Superman gets pink eye.
Yep, Superman gets pink eye.
So look, once again, I think we've once again stuck a film where we're going to gush and gush and gush and gush.
Until we get to number 3 or 4.
Yeah, there are some things that I do love about this film. I love Jimmy trying to be the man, like when Chief like sends him, he's like, "Get me a coffee." He goes out and sees the guy. He's like, "Chief wants a coffee, and she'll go, "I can tea with lemon." And it's like, Jimmy. And then, like, when she finally turns it, like, Superman saves the day, and he's like, "That's okay, Superman, just leave me on the side of the road with the landslide. No idea where I am." Like, shut up, Jimmy.
Jimmy, your comedy relief. Shut up, please. Shut up. Oh, it's just...
What was it? Know your role and shut your mouth?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I still never fully understood. I was having a discussion with Dr. Bang, because he is a Superman fan. We discussed the time travel.
Spinning the Earth.
Oh, yeah, making the Earth spin the other way.
Well, I said to him, if you are physically turning the world backwards, you are literally taking everything, stopping it. Therefore, tidal waves would happen because everything has momentum.
No, it doesn't. You destroy the Earth.
Yeah. And
he stopped the Earth's rotation, I think, for like more than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It just fucks the world up.
And then we had a discussion of who was faster, the Flash or Superman, and it's Flash. It's as simple as that. But he tried to bring out some physics thing.
The Flash? I'll give you physics.
Speed Force. I'll speak to him this week about it because he doesn't listen to the podcast. So I'll speak to him and then I'll come back and bag him on it. All right.
Cool.
So it's just.
And then you can bag him for not listening to the podcast.
He lives in a place worse than Mo.
It's not possible.
There's no net. No, there's no internet there.
Hey, I had net on fucking Leanne Poo, alright?
Exactly my point.
Yeah, Braden's got it in Leanne Mo.
But that's just it. I'll find out his argument, but my argument was for the Flash, and he thinks just because I'm a Flash fanboy, which is a little true. But
okay, interesting.
Go watch Smallville. Flash is faster.
Yeah.
Go watch anything. The Flash is faster.
Can we make a rule that we're not going to review Smallville?
No.
Yes.
Please.
As in, no. Yes. I agree. We're not reviewing Smallville.
Didn't have a plan to.
We're not.
Long. We're not going to have enough time to review Smallville.
Thank fuck for that.
It'll take 3.5 years just to do it
in
on our
therapy
BBC.
To get rid of the brain aids to watch that fucking thing.
No, you're just angry because I showed you a picture of the Green Arrow from Smallville.
Hey,
I hate.
Smallville. He was the best part of Smallville.
That's the problem.
Let's move on. Let's get off Smallville for a while and bring it back to 1978 Smallville, where it's all corn.
Delicious corn. Just delicious corn.
As far as the eye can see, and Cheerios, apparently. Do we have any Barbaras for this film? Braden's going to give it to Lois's teeth.
No, I don't have any Barbaras, but I actually have a few Barry Allen Bad at Your Job awards.
We haven't broken that one out for a good couple of episodes.
Jeez.
Yeah,
hold on, just
a while. First one going to Jimmy Olsen, being the photographer who gets $40 a week and stands around taking photos inside the office. Like, go do some fucking work. You're getting paid $40 a week, for fuck's sakes. Lois Lane, the journalist who can't spell.
How many Z's in Brazil?
Yo. I'm going to back you up there and just be like, have you met some journalists? If we didn't have spell check better into Word these days, the front page would look like shit. Okay, so no.
Yeah, but come on, like basic.
Braden, you're bad at your job.
And third one, going to Superman for just going to a journalist and giving away all of his details.
Not all of them. He protected who he was, where he came from. He just told them about lead. I mean, that just came out.
Yeah, but as a result, from the details he gave out, as a result, Lex worked out that his weakness was kryptonite.
Yeah,
which wasn't very logical either. But
yeah, there was. I didn't follow
no,
the logic on that
Lex, that's because none of you have an IQ of 200.
Yeah, but you know what's the number 200?
Like Otis's body weight.
Lex have in common? 200. It's his IQ and my weight. So there you go. Yeah.
Trying to steal candy bars from a blind man.
Yeah.
Pretzels from a blind man.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because I didn't give a damn.
Well, has anybody else got any Barbaras? If Braden's not prepared to commit to one, he's just going to hand out baddie and job awards.
Oh, no, I think the football team in the beginning.
Oh, well, they're jocks.
The jerks.
They're jocks. It's
Pun.
the same thing.
Pun.
It's like a synonym.
Synonym. So, yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like them. Douchebags. Too many memories from high school.
No, I don't have a single Barbara for this.
There's not a lot of Barbaras going on here. Just a lot of jerk-off
movies. I love this movie. I love every aspect of this movie.
Cranston's?
Yeah, maybe I don't have a Barbara.
Yeah, no, I knew for a fact you wouldn't have a Barbara. Let's just go straight to Cranston's.
Cranston Awards. And what do you got? What do you got, Terry?
Everyone.
I think it's going to be a pretty generic one.
It's a universal one for
everybody. Yeah.
Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeves.
It's like it's basically Adam Snyder at the moment.
I have a trifecta.
Ooh.
The
it's going to Christopher Reeve, of course, but it also goes to Superman's parents. I love Superman's parents.
Really?
I can never
Superman's
remember
parents in this to Lois and Clark.
Sorry?
You prefer Superman's parents in this to Lois and Clark's parents? Like the Lois and Clark, Ma and Pa Kent?
You don't really see Superman's parents much in this.
You do enough.
You see enough, you understand why.
Yeah, I think they're on par, to be honest.
I
think they're on par.
Nah,
on Ma and Pa.
On Ma and Pa.
Alright, well, we'll see going forward. I'm going to call you back to that one in a couple of weeks' time and see what you still think. Or if you switch with me where you like Pa Kent and Lois and Clark, greatest character. Anyway, Cranston's for this. My Cranston goes to Richard Donner. Because, fuck me, like I said, 40 years later, and I'm watching this thing and I'm like, this still looks amazing.
Yeah. The man can direct. That's just it.
Yeah,
the man can direct, yeah. If you can make a movie last 40 plus years.
He made Lethal Weapons.
I know.
He gave us Lethal Weapon sacks.
I'm too old for this shit.
Alright, what about our glove rating?
Glove Factory.
The Glove Factory?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
That's the thing. You can't... It is in my top 10.
Yep.
It's in my top 5. You know, it's how it is.
Okay, Brad, what do you
I'll say 3.5 to 4.
Wow.
For a first time viewer...
I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was quite that as, like, top 10.
Oh, it's... Yeah.
Superman 4.
Oh, Superman... No.
No, don't yet. Don't ruin it for him.
I just don't like Superman enough for it to be in my top 10.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Alright, Matt, what do you got?
5.
5?
Yeah.
Nice.
What glove are you making up this time?
This
the Kryptonite glove?
No, well that would be negative. This week, it's the glove that would be made when you make the Fortress of Solitude. So it's the Fortress of Gloves.
So you know how so like when you're building a deck and you've got scrap bits left over and you can make a glove out of that.
I imagine that it made everything. When it has to have made a bathroom. Has to have made.
Oh no, but you'd have leftover material.
So what he's done is jammed
What? What, Matt?
He's jammed the crystal into a glove, then thrown the glove into the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And then it's the Glove Island. Of
the Glove of Solace.
The Glove of Solace. The Glove of Solace sounds like something. It's like the masturbation glove. Excuse me, let me break out my Glove of Solace.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, I
Terry
do.
Hatcher.
Yeah, I do.
I used to have
I don't use a glove for Terry Hatcher. She gets the full load.
I forgot how much I loved this movie.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I'm watching the opening credits, and I got taken back to being a kid, because I can remember I don't know why, but those blue credits that just flash in and then hold and whatnot,
Well,
I just stood there mesmerized, and I'm like, whoa.
You mean like how Joel Schumacher tried to rip him off with Batman and Robin?
Yeah,
but these were good.
I stood there mesmerized, and I'm like, man, I'm just watching names.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch at the end anyway because I love that. I'm going to love this film. I can already tell it. But I'm just standing there. I'm like, this is enthralling.
It's one of those movies where you sit down and you smile when you watch it.
Yeah, it's great.
And you got John Williams doing...
The theme actually says Superman.
Yeah.
The music says Superman.
Like Danny Elfman did with the 2 Batmans.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. It's like that's a sign of a great composer.
Yeah.
So the music definitely makes it as well.
It's great. Go and watch it, folks.
I can't believe I almost forgot to mention John Williams.
Just go out and watch it. Do it. That's an absolute watch for all of us.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
All right. Well, that brings us into our final segment for the week, which is the Batsack. Now, before we get there, as the Batsack is a place where not only do our fans get to air their grievances and thoughts, but also we get to air them, I understand that this has been quite a troubling week for one of our crew here, and that's Matt.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been painful.
My nipples, they hurt! They hurt when I twist them!
What's the problem?
Yeah, it's not like a standard nipple twisting. This is serious time. I need some fucking medication. I got my nips twisted.
Okay.
And that is because of you, Adam Red Thunder.
Fuck you.
You made me watch fucking Batman 66 TV series. I fucking loved that show when I was a kid.
You still should love it, it's great!
You've ruined my childhood.
You've ruined my life with your face!
You're a fucking shit. You ruined my childhood for me. That movie, that TV series was awesome in my eyes.
It still is awesome!
It's still awesome!
And now, it's fucking shit.
It's made my adulthood.
Yeah, well, you're weak.
Mate, you need to, first of all, you need to take a chill pill and, like, fucking change your sanitary pad, 'cause it's not Marvel Menzies time yet. And secondly, alright, it's the pilot, Chief. It's the pilot. It was made with $6, okay? There was less money put into the fucking filming than went into catering and went into Adam wears girdle and Bert wears dick pills. Alright? Give it time. Give it time and it'll come back and it'll be great and it'll be everything you want for. Okay? They barely even slid down the poles this week. Give it time.
Better be, or else I'm cutting your nips off.
Oh, mate,
Just saying.
You need to call yourself the Wambulance. Get yourself down to the hospital because you got yourself a scraped knee and some sand in your vagina. Let's take an overall consensus here, okay? Vote number 1 by me. Is the show good? Yeah, it is, Adam. You're right. It's fucking great, Adam. Well said. Terry, is the show good?
I don't care.
Braden, is the show good?
The show's bloody great.
That's all you need to know, Matt. You're a fucking idiot. Now let's move on to the next part of the mailbag where somebody might have a better opinion than that. Fucking pile of shit. But seriously, 66 gets better. Give it time.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt. Welcome back. Right.
You're lucky I don't have a soundboard here today.
My next email comes from Kevin from Mo. And
I believe he's the mayor.
I was going to say, I think he's the mayor of Mo.
The mayor?
The mayor of Mo.
The mayor.
The who?
Mayor!
Oh, that guy.
Mo. So let's see what he has to say. Now, it says the title of this is Mo bashing, so I can only imagine that the
Mayor!
has something to say about this.
If
So
only we knew a lawyer that would help us get out of this trouble.
let's hear it. Okay. It says, "Hey, seriously, what's with all the
Or a
Mo
judge.
bashing, guys? It's not like people stab themselves to death over a car park in Mo. Well, never mind. I mean, we have some great state-of-the-art facilities like... Well, never mind that either. We have great upstart citizens like Braden. Yeah, well, I guess we don't have that either. But hey, you know what Mo does have? Me, and by me he means the...
Mayor!
And I mean, what more do we need? You're truly a citizen. A citizen? I thought you were the...
Mayor!
Mo? And could you at least pronounce the damn name correctly at least? I mean, come on, it's not like it's... Fine, whatever. Well, how's it meant to be pronounced? It's spelled M-O-E. Is that not Mo?
I'm pretty sure that's Mo.
It's Mo. I've read Thesaurus, as we've talked about on this show. That's Mo. Braden, how am I supposed to pronounce this shitty town?
Well, I would just... it is pronounced Moe. Logic,
no Y.
no, none.
Or IE.
But I would just like to point out in that email that he said that I am not from Moe. So...
No, you're from Mo.
Fucking Mo. There's no fucking Mo.
Yeah,
Mo is a person.
I'm looking at it on the map, mate. M-O-E. Mo.
And I'm about 30 k's away from it.
That's
that's because I imagine the first 30 k's are taken up with the mansion.
Oh, there's no mansions there.
Where's
so Braden, are you living like on the surrounding sphincter of Mo?
He's on the crusty ringhole of Mo.
You're that like dimpled area or sort of wrinkly area of the sphincter of Mo.
He's on the tank.
I'm more upper thigh.
Upper thigh?
What, towards the vagina?
Oh.
No, down.
The knee?
The knee? No, not quite knee. Not quite.
No, look, you're in Mo, and you just need to accept it and stop complaining. All right, it's just be what it. If you two could be made.
Oh, look, we just got a message from the mum night on Twitch saying not from frickin' Mo.
She's the Mome night.
The Mo night.
What does she know?
Good lord.
Moral of the story is don't live in Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd pretty much say that. Now, just a little bit of a slight spoiler here, fans. We do have an answer. We got a few interesting suggestions for last week's Badger the Badger, but unfortunately,
last fortnight,
we've had a technical glitch.
Yep.
So we will be giving those away next week.
Yeah.
But is there a Badger the Badger for this week?
There isn't. I do apologise. I have not.
Disappointing.
I am sorry, guys.
It's very disappointing.
I do have a question.
All right.
Are you questioning your?
We've got a probe with the probe.
Probe the probe.
Probe the probe.
So probe is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I have no shame.
Probed with?
The answer is you're a dick.
I came up. Really?
Really?
Cockhead. All right. So if you're a child growing up, and
you hit
your puberty,
I was
and
an
then
adult growing up myself, or an old man. Sorry, Matt. Continue.
Okay, so if you're a child growing up, you're in your puberty, and you find out that both your parents are in the superhero universe, one being the villain and one being the hero.
Ooh.
Who would they be? Who would you choose to back? I.e., would you take on your mother or take on your father? Or would you start your own sort of thing to stop them both?
Ooh. That's quite a good one.
So would you be a hero or villain or Red Hood?
Or vigilante.
Or anti-hero?
Okay, good question.
Anti-hero.
Probe the probe this week, so that's a fun one there. So submit your answers to us, and I'm going to throw it over to Raggle, which is right near Mo. About 30k out of Mo, apparently.
Yeah.
To find out how exactly can they contact us, Braden?
Or they can contact us on Facebook at facebook.com/fromthebatcave, twitter.com/frombatcave, by email at fromthebatcave.podcast@gmail.com, or you can find us either on YouTube at youtube.com/fromthebatcavepodcast, and from, I guess, now on twitch.com/fromthebatcavepodcast.
That'll be
twitch.tv.
That's right. And now make sure to pay attention to our Facebook page, because we will be going live on a weekly basis on our Twitch stream.
That scares the shit out of me.
So it should make for some interesting times. As long as all the cameras and stuff work the way they should, we'll be laughing.
Fair enough.
So there we go. So, gentlemen, that brings us to the end of another fun-filled week here from the Batcave.
Yes.
So have we got any parting thoughts before we move ahead to week 2 of Batman 66? Lois and Clark and the Flash and move into Richard Donner's cut of Superman 2.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So am I.
So you should. Not for Batman 66, but for Superman 2. I'm kidding.
No, Superman 2's great.
Yeah, no.
Batman 66.
But no, you gave me that look for Batman 66.
I'm keen for John Wesley Shipp's Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keen for that to get good.
Yeah.
And not be RoboCop.
I need him to get bigger, though. I realise...
Yeah.
Like, get bigger, John!
Eat more carbs. Especially since he's like, I forget to eat and I don't get the sandwich. It's like bullshit, man. You eat nothing but sandwiches.
All the cards...
I want to see it where he's got like his muscles, like his back muscles look like a shell from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's getting to that point.
Probably.
One thing I have to say about that suit, I actually really like that suit, especially the emphasis on the legs and the calves, like an actual sprinter.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. It's the little details for the suit on that that I think is
from what I understand,
brilliant.
is made by Stan Winston, who of course is just a genius. Like makes a lot of the effects and a lot of the kind of masks and a lot of that sort of stuff. So you look at somebody who's an expert in making things look great. So. All right. Well, until next week, ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host, Red Thunder, Adam Gerard, and you've been joining me and 3 other knob jockeys that are called the Honey Badger Terry O'Neill.
See you later, guys.
The Dad Nut Braden Ahern.
Goodbye.
And the Boy Matt Richards.
Oh, come on.
Bye, Matt.
Oh, Matt's not even going to say
Adam West.
And we've been the Just Us League. We'll see you all next week.
And who are you?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm going to start scaring for this.
Yes, I'm Batman.
Telegram.
I am Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Sound like Cookie Monster.
I'm Batman. That's Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I'm thirsty. I'm hungry.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
John, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Darling, I don't have to answer to you. I'm Batman. Superman. I'm totally Batman.
Ooh, we got a review.
Really, I am Batman. I am Batman.
Thank you all once again for tuning in. Don't forget to head over to iTunes and leave us a rating or review. And please don't hold Matt's stupid opinions against us.
This has been a Cabana production.
Batman 66 gets better. You know that, right?
You're the biggest dick.
You're right, I do have the biggest dick.
No, I said you are.
So, do you guys actually like pink, or...?
Dude, we covered this last week.
Are you talking pink like the artist pink, or like...
Pink on the inside, or...?
No, like...
Two in the pink, one in
Pink.
the stink?
Whatever pink you like, just...
Like Ray Palmer pink eyes?
I love pink.
I love pink eye. Hook me up with that right now.